Hello, welcome back everybody for our next episode of Dragon Age. I'm excited to be here and play this game because it's very fun and these people are all wonderful. Before we jump into everything, I'm going to say a few words about our sponsors and then let everybody introduce themselves. So our sponsors are Fundamental RPG. It's a simple D20 system that's not tied to any genre. So, sorry, I just saw you doing the ear thing. That was great.
I'm sorry.
You're good. It just tickled me. I am giggly today. I'm sorry. So yeah, Fundamental RPG. It's not tied to any genre, so you can use it to play any type of game that you would like, from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. And you can pick that up on Amazon, or if you prefer the digital version, you can pick that up at coffee.com/Raven, like it's spelled at the bottom of the screen. And as Paladin always says, the fun is free with every purchase. Also, go check out Die Hard Dice. It's another one of our sponsors. They sell amazing polymer and metal dice sets and accessories, such as the Luminous Chrome set, which I will attempt to get my camera to pick up. The green screen effect kind of picks up the glitter that's in it, but it's very, very pretty. They're very satisfying to roll. If you go to dieharddice.com and use the code ANIMUS with a capital A, that's ANIMUS, you can get 10% off of your entire order. And then finally, if you want to catch up on this show or any others that we have on the channel, you can do so at the Fantasy Network at watch.thefantasy.network, or on YouTube. Just go to YouTube and Google Black Feather Guild, and we should be the first result there. All that out of the way, I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, starting with Paladin. Tell us a little bit about Jade and yourself.
Hi everybody, I'm Paladin Hawk, Twitch moderator for Random Tuesday, Little Red Dot, and Polished Cryptid. And today, as always, I am playing Jade, your humble servant and the world's very best butler, who seems to have gotten himself tied up with some strange folk, and we're currently in the Illuvian network, where I don't want to be, but they all prefer this to horseback riding, which I think is a bit mad, but you know, that's how it goes.
Awesome. I'm Raven. I'm the creative director for the Raven Evermore, which is my brand for all the various things that I do, most of which are tabletop related or adjacent. My link tree is in in chat there. It's linktr.ee/the Raven, like it's spelled below my face. I also have an art Twitter now, so you can check that out at Art Evermore on Twitter. And I'm playing Drafferth, or Draff. She is a Elven Grey Warden punk rock mage, essentially. Very not, excuse me, very much not so into authority, and very irreverent. She got sort of kicked out of the Grey Wardens because she spiked the joining chalice during the joining ritual. But yeah, she's the healer, and she wears a tricorn hat, and her staff is an oar, which is why Alan calls her Boat. It's pretty great. But that's me and my character. We're going to hop over to Anina. Tell us a little bit about Velica and yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Anina Kasky. I'm an actor and writer, and I play tabletop roleplay games as well. You can find me here as Velica or on the Bardic Quest YouTube channel. Go check that out. We're doing a 5e D&D campaign where I play a human Viking-esque fighter called Saga. So do check that out. And I also have a YouTube channel where I've got comedy sketches and a dark drama web series as well called The Awkward Actress. So check those two out. And I am Velica, a city elf mage with red hair who doesn't remember much anything from her past. But she has the magic powers.
Awesome. Next, we've got B. Tell us a little bit about Alan and yourself.
Yeah, I'm. They all call me B here because I'm Behemoth, the Mushroom King. I go by either Troll and Prettiest Princess or J.R. Belliston most places. So if you just start looking for those, you'll probably find me. I'm one of the writers for the Neon Devils comic webtoon that's going up. I think we actually just posted the third post up. It's the end of the little prequel thingy. And I'm playing Alan. Ellen's just not. He's not that bright. In fact he's real dumb, but he's very sweet when he's not thrown into a horrible murder trance. And he really, really loves cake. Likes tiny cakes. He likes really fancy patisserie. And he firmly believes that he is just on an adventure with his bestest friend, a boat, and the cake lady. And yeah, that's easy, Alan. He's what he do.
Awesome. Next, we've got Hannah. Tell us about your awesome self and this cool campaign that you put together for us, and take it away.
Hi everybody, I'm Hannah, or Whoa Hannah, or whatever. Hey you. We're having a day. My brain's a bit scattered, but we're going to do our best. So where we left off, we had left the hero of Ferelden behind after he had so graciously led you to this Illuvian, and now we are back in the crossroads, and we have seen a mysterious shadowy figure darting through the shadows. And that's where we is.
Did everyone see him or just some of us?
I do not remember.
No, I probably.
Who would have been looking
assume I probably
around?
didn't.
Who would have been looking around when they
I think I went
Alan,
first.
yeah.
So me.
Alan finds this entire area horrifying and scary. So he's probably hyper paranoid about all this. So he would definitely be looking around. It's the whole
Yeah.
not magic thing is
Hmm.
very scary.
So I
Our
say that
last rolls were unrelated. We have a bunch of strength rolls and constitution stuff.
I believe I just kind of told you that there was a person skipping around.
Also, ignore these rules. I'm just making sure I did something right.
Nope. Draft casts heal for no particular reason.
Ooh.
Okay, cool. I did
Alan
do that right.
sees things
Mm-hmm.
with his
I was-
stunt point.
Adding in the magic ring that I bought in town.
Yes.
I think Gaia sent 5 of those to 5 special young people.
What?
It's Captain Planet reference.
Mine's, yep.
Yeah.
Okay,
love it.
cool.
Yep.
Mine would be the one of heart.
The most
Oh, I
useful.
got
one.
Alan's is cake.
Just got it.
Cake.
Embarrassingly late, I got it.
By your powers combined.
Cake heart.
Oh my god, that sends me back to my childhood. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those
So I'd say
little
that
Debbie heart cakes just start raining down from the sky.
Oh,
well, it's
we are
canon now.
we are on one
Obviously,
today.
yeah.
It's gonna be
Woo!
it's gonna be a not straightforward ride. There's a person. They just jumped behind a mirror. What could it mean?
What was that? What was that? What was that?
Oh, look, a person.
Not going to draw my weapon, but I'm going to
Yes.
put my hand on it.
Don't get that person, Mr. Ross. Could be
Trav's
dangerous.
just gonna call up like, "Oi, who are you back there?"
And you see
Dude? Draft?
something
What was
kind of
that?
poke its head out before coming back in. What were you saying, Velika?
Is that really a clever thing to do, Draft? What if they're not?
Probably
Friendly.
not, but well, if not friendly, then I'd like to see them instead of have them hiding. And if they're friendly, then well, I also want to see them because then they're friendly.
If they're friendly, certainly they would have introduced themselves like a proper gentleman or gentle lady.
But this
As it
place
is,
is
they're
very scary.
skulking
I wouldn't-
around.
This is a very scary place. I would not introduce myself to people walking around in
Me
scary place.
neither. I wouldn't introduce myself. I just kind of had no choice because I came out the mirror and
What are they
Technically,
doing while
no.
we're arguing about whether or not it's a good idea to call them or not?
More importantly than that, my brain decided to fixate on the idea of the word gentle them as a non-binary.
Yep.
I like.
I
that.
like that.
Me too. Me too.
Anyway, So like, it's kind of hard to tell because they're in a shady area, but they seem to be like poking their head back at, like out every once in a while before hiding again.
All right, go talk to him, Mr. Maras. Come on.
Is off about the way they look.
I'll start walking forward because I mean, Bessus Trend hasn't gotten me murdered so far.
Yep.
He has very low standards for friendship, Alan.
I'll get out the crossbow and like cover him. We'll see
Whoa.
what happens.
Are you gonna look around the mirror then?
Yeah.
There is an elf-shaped thing. It's not quite like anything you've ever seen.
Hello, scary thing in scary place. Why are you here? Scary
And
thing?
when it notices you, tucks into a little ball and seems to almost like its form seems to like static. And it says, it starts speaking in a language you do not understand. And it sounds very panicked.
He's making scared noises. Scary thing is scared. Make weird noise.
Good.
Yes.
Its voice sounds very wispy.
He's very.
Is it armed at all?
He's
You can't see any
Ball.
weapon on it.
ball. He's no weapon. He's
Well,
ball
that
weapon,
sounds like a
maybe.
magical thing, so perhaps we should.
Maybe it's like me and it came out the mirror.
Let's go find
smart.
out, shall we? And I will also walk towards the thing,
Yeah, draft
but
will
like
too.
waiting for the other two to follow.
I'll follow right at the back.
This is a ghost, probably, based on the way that it's weird. There's something wrong with it at the very least. It's not a normal living thing.
Okay, I actually have one quick little question.
Okay.
Given the whole like everything becomes darker and colorless and weird and all that for Alan, like how? Because I remember in the games, they're like the ghosts tend to be kind of these like vibrant colors.
Yep.
What does Alan like? What does Alan see here? Like,
So
because he's definitely going to be something different. I would assume.
and that's kind of where it's coming from. So for Alan, this is like a human-shaped, barely contained bunch of black electricity looking. For everybody else, it is elf-shaped and glowing a vibrant blue.
Would Draft know
No.
if this is like have an experience with this sort of thing? Like, as was it different than like a spirit or a demon, or?
It is not, to your knowledge, a spirit or a demon in the way that like it doesn't feel like it's something that came from the Fade.
Okay. Then Draft's gonna pull out her broken boat oar staff and poke it.
It shrieks and falls over and starts scrambling away from all of you.
All right, I don't
It
want
is-
it to be touched. Apparently.
Question. So Jade and Draft would have zero familiarity with Elven.
Yeah.
And I think Vela could.
As,
So none of you understand what this
Oh.
thing is saying.
as it moves, I am gonna go more like make a wall between it and the rest of the party, and just sort of like spread himself out a little bit more because
It's-
he's scared of the thing.
It's kind of scuttled away and is still kind of on its butt, but it points at all of you and starts. The words are angrier now.
Is this a demon?
It's not a demon. It's something else.
It's a little strange. Should we just shoot it to be sure?
I mean, it's not hurting us.
Well, it does seem
Yes.
quite upset.
It's scared.
Yes, he's scary thing and he's scared. Like Do not make worse by
We just leave
stabbing
it?
scared thing. But otherwise, I would stab many people.
That's a good point.
I do not like stabbing.
Too bad we can't understand what it's saying.
Mm.
Trav?
Although perhaps it's speaking some sort of madness-inducing language, and we're better off.
Is
Yeah, I don't
is the
think
ground
that's a
something
thing.
that could be like written on?
Yeah. It's dirt.
Okay. Alan's gonna draw a little picture of a cake on the ground, and did like the point and go and then and pull out one of his little cakes.
It stopped speaking as angrily and pointing, and then says something in kind of like a quizzical, but also like, what the fuck tone.
Like that's the appropriate response to our party.
I don't think it
It-
has a stomach, sir, so perhaps it wouldn't like a cake.
Everybody likes
holds
cake.
It kind of holds out its hand. It's like, the cake falls through its hand and splats on the ground.
Oh.
I don't know what I was expecting.
It's alright. I'm out of idea.
We're not going to hurt you.
It is what cake is.
Wish I could actually speak Elven, but I cannot.
Draft just sort of waves now, like, hi. Don't know what you're saying.
I'm gonna check to see if there's any others. Like maybe it got separated from its pack or whatever.
Ghosts.
Mm. I'm gonna look
Is
around.
this a baby ghost that's fallen out of the nest?
We need to find its mother. Nobody touch it, or the mother won't take it back.
We're renaming the show now. It's 3 elves, a Kunari, and a baby.
Yes.
Baby ghost, baby ghost.
All right.
Everyone
I'm gonna-
just adopts a baby ghost.
I'm gonna do a different. I'm gonna cross out the little cake thing. I'm gonna write Alan because I assume I can write my own name, and long stretches about the Kuhn. But and then I'm gonna point to that and point. He's gonna point to that and then point to himself, like Alan.
Alan.
I said your name.
Ellen. Yeah, Ellen.
Alan.
Yes. Ellen.
Visha.
Oh. Visha.
Visha.
We now know one thing. It's good to know one thing.
Fisha, do you know where Meryl is? Meryl. No?
Meryl.
What about Solus?
Like, do like a short hair for Meryl. Like do a short hair thing, like pointy ear, short hair. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It has become visibly distressed.
Yeah, the draft's gonna look at Jane and go, I don't like it like the name Solus.
Well, that's good.
Mm.
Perhaps we can somehow convince it to point us to where he is. And a quick little... And we'll make the same motion that War Machine makes in Endgame, where we just like kill baby Thanos with like the...
What?
I don't know what's going on.
So you just
And
make
there- he makes this cool little motion where he's like, we'll have a little rope around him. You know.
Yeah, little baby Thanos.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
baby Hitler dilemma.
Draft's gonna like write the name Meryl, and then also the name Solus on the ground, and she's gonna point to Meryl and be like, Meryl, friend. Solus, asshole.
And with friend, I'm gonna do thumbs up. With asshole, I'm gonna do.
Hey, thanks, Rafiki, for redeeming 10,000 guild coins for advantage to the GM.
Oh dear.
Hooray!
Yay, but no.
I think we might get the point across, and I'll take out a little knife I have, and I'll stick it in the name Solus. How's that for a visual metaphor?
And it kind of starts to babble on a little bit, like it sounds nervous. And it mentioned, like, you hear the name Solus, you hear Fenharel, and it is just babbling at this point, incoherently. More so than even before, because you couldn't even understand it before. Now it is worse.
All right, let's try to narrow that down a little. That way, and I'll point to Solus' name. Yeah. Oh, there we go. It pointed in a direction. That's where Solus is.
But also look confused.
Well, I'd be confused too if I was a shapeless ghost thing.
Sometimes I wonder if we have same feelings, Mr. Strange. We do not seem to feel things the same way.
But what do we think? This thing obviously knows where Solus is. Or at least that he's some sort of bad guy. If he's over there, we can either choose to walk away from him or towards him. If something has happened to Merrill, it's quite likely that it's his fault. Considering he's the only other person we know who's in here.
Draft's just sort of watching. What was the ghost name again?
Visha.
Visha. Yeah, she's just watching Visha and looking for any more cues or anything, and sort of still trying to communicate.
I think you should start with an easier letter than the Q.
No, not the letter Q. Q-U-E-Q.
Got any Q's?
I think
Go fish.
that kind of cue is
Or
CUE.
C-U-E, sorry.
You confused her.
There's too many Q's. We got the Q, and then the letter Q, and then there's a line Q.
She kind of like the elf ghost looks at you, says something in a quizzical tone, and then kind of like points in multiple directions.
Well, that's not helpful at all.
It seems she does not know what we are talking about, or just does not know.
Well,
Trust me,
that's
I know
disappointing.
very much how not to know things. I know much about not knowing things.
So do I.
Velika, what do
That's
you
why
think?
we friend kick lady.
What
about
do I think?
Yeah, it's about how to proceed with this thing. What it's feeling, if it knows where Solus is, anything like that.
Well, we know it's not our enemy. I mean,
It repeats what it said before in the same quizzical tone, and it starts pointing in multiple directions again.
is it gonna come with us?
Let's find out. Let's move away and see if it follows.
Before we move away, Draft is gonna try one more thing. She's gonna do like 2 thumbs up and then point around like where, and then go make like little ears on her head with like a scary face, and also point around and be like, where?
Are you looking for werewolves now?
Well, isn't Ben Harel like the Dread Wolf?
Ah, yes, of course. I don't think he's
Mini
actually a
wolves.
wolf, though.
I don't
At this point,
know.
having
Why is
like
it called
Draft, who is
wolf?
clearly trying to communicate, the ghost like clearly tries to reach for you and like grab at you.
Oh,
Yeah,
And,
it's
like-
trying to touch you.
Oh,
Okay.
he's
Draft's gonna
all
follow
right.
where they're
and,
nodding
and it
towards.
just and it just goes off. Visha just goes off in a direction.
Yeah,
let's follow it.
I trust both and kick lady. Let's go.
We don't have anywhere else to go. So in the first time she pointed somewhere, is that where we're going?
That's great, Rafiki. Elvish Werewolf in Orlais is the DA version of American Werewolf in London.
Ah, excellent. Not really. When she pointed behind, like it was kind of just like point, and now it's just kind of going off in another direction.
Okay.
Killian, no, honey, oh sweetie, sweet baby boy,
Oh.
fuck out of here. All right, you follow the ghost, and Visha leads you to a kind of more open area, but it has a pedestal in the middle. And Visha like points at it.
All right. Is
it-
this some sort of magical device from the olden days?
I go over and I touch it to see. if it's
Before
magical.
before you can get close enough to touch it, a light sparks out of it, and the
Ooh.
figure of a taller elven man appears on top of it.
I'm gonna
He
poke
is
it with a fork.
see-through.
Hello.
I'm gonna poke it with the fork.
Hi.
An elven ghost thing.
Hello.
Oh my god, it speaks.
Um,
He does not seem to
By
do
the
anything.
maker, I mean.
who are you?
A guide.
Oh, look, a guide. That was lucky.
He's good. He's good.
Is
He's
it?
good.
You still poking him?
Yes, I've been poking him the entire time.
He's not reacting at all. He cut.
Yeah.
Where
So
are
if-
you going to guide us?
Where do you need to go?
Oh, ooh, ooh. What? Where do we need to go?
Well, we need to find Meryl. That's why you people wanted to go in this place.
Can you help us find someone? Mr.
Possibly.
Elf?
Who?
Ghost?
We're looking for someone named Meryl.
He's a lady with mirror. She have mirror and she make mirror in like.
You may have noticed there are many mirrors.
Yeah, I don't think that really
Oh,
Narrows it down there too much,
that makes
Alan.
sense. That makes sense. Okay. Oh, well, I
Not
wait,
many have
wait.
passed through these parts in recent memory.
Yeah, this one was she's an elf, sort of a green like outfit on. Talks a lot.
Hmm.
She'd hair.
And it kind of goes quiet for a second. And it like, seems to be like it looks around a little bit, almost kind of off into middle distance before it comes back. It's like, this elf has been sighted.
Oh, good.
Is she okay?
Her status is unknown at this point.
Can you take us to her?
Her whereabouts are unknown at this point.
Can you take us to her last known whereabouts?
Yes.
Excellent.
Right, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
before we
right
do,
here.
though, are there any other questions you might have for this thing? I mean, seems like a great source of information about
Oh,
the
Off you
distant
go.
past. No? All
Do
right,
you
well,
have any recipe? Particularly baking recipe.
This is outside of my functionality.
Is
The
there
worst shot.
is there any alcohol in here?
why is that important, Draft?
It just is,
'Cause
okay?
She wants to get drunk.
your priorities are
straightforward.
very strange. Are there any dangers between us and Meryl's last known location?
That depend on what you consider a danger.
I don't know, steep
Things
cliffs,
that might want to kill us.
malfunctioning devices that we shouldn't
Any
touch.
enemies that wouldn't
Well-
like us?
The last time there were, and it looks at he looks at Alan. He's like his kind in here. The Dreadwolf did not take kindly to that.
Oh, you don't know where Solus is, do you? Where's he then?
Not presently in the crossroads.
Well, I guess that's good for us.
But there are some who follow him within these halls.
Right, so we don't have the big bad wolf, we just have the little bad wolves.
We have to mow our way through those flunkies. That's annoying. So, are there any of his followers in between us and Meryl's last known location?
She left being pursued by some.
Well, that's good then. She's out of the Illuvian, I assume.
Yes. Maybe?
Well, let's just go back the way we came and trust that she found, she saved herself all good and we can get back on the horses.
It is to be understood that you are
No.
against the Dreadwolf.
Well, I've never met
Yes.
him, but...
He's kind of an asshole.
It seemed like he hated me for being me, so fuck that guy.
To me, it just seems like he's against progress. Wants to live in the past.
Yes. So
Plus
this
there's the
is friend
whole-
agree. Fuck
the-
that guy.
The whole him wanting to destroy the whole outside this place, well, is sort of a bit of a damper on our
Oh
relationship.
yeah, so there was that nonsense about him wanting to reunite the Fade with something like that. But that doesn't even seem possible.
So he hasn't been speaking this whole time, but he has been doing that thing where before he had found answers, he was kind of looking off in different directions.
Please take us to her last known whereabouts, because that's where we're
Yes,
gonna go.
all right. Fine.
We can't just leave her, Jade.
Yes.
I mean, she's fine. She's escaping.
So if I
She's-
got lost, you'd just leave me somewhere.
I mean, we've just
that what you're
gotten
saying?
confirmed that she's not in the Illuvian network. She's out and about in the real world, where I'm sure she's fine.
You didn't answer my question. Would you just leave me somewhere?
No.
If I knew where you were,
I would not-
obviously
I-
I'd come get you.
You may be bestest friend, but no, you're not doing that. You not know. You make sure.
Fine, we'll
Take care,
go
Caitlin.
through the Illuvian network.
It's responsibility. We've taken.
I don't know. I'm just traveling through this place
Reasons.
is so strange. We don't know how things work here. Now, there's this strange figure telling us information.
Yes.
You're not a big one on adventure, are you?
No, I just want to stay at home. I never wanted to go on this trip.
Ugh, so boring.
You
Yeah,
haven't
sometimes
lived inside of a
yes.
large household.
If they outside of large household.
The
I did
He's
that
not same.
once. No.
It's not same.
Right, should we go do the thing then?
Yes,
so
very
yes,
well.
let's go.
Let's go through
Yes.
the dangerous unknown.
That's the spirit, Jade.
I saw you fight. You're fine. Stop acting like you're made of paper.
I'm a delicate elf. I'm not used to all this hardship.
You are made of meat, not paper.
When Jade says I'm a delicate elf, Draft is just gonna try to play punch them in the arm. Like the meaty part of the arm.
I think I'd catch you. Oh, your hand seems to have slipped.
Yeah, you don't seem so delicate to me then.
I mean, I've lived in a mansion most of my life. You tend to get a little soft.
It is my deep regret to inform you that your
Yes,
position
yes.
has been compromised,
What?
and you shall be captured shortly.
So,
help
about
us?
those horses then, and I'll
No.
drag them back towards the portal we came from. You heard them. Got to get out of
Who
here.
is-
It's
who is
danger.
Draft is just slapping
Who's-
at Jade's head let go.
It's scary guy person who make Ellen's eye hurt. Who coming?
A mixture of mortal and spiritual followers of the Dreadwolf, of course. Are you unaware that he
How-
controls most of the network?
We
I am still uncertain what network is, so
that's-
probably.
That's this place.
Oh, big, scary, horrible hell place. Got it.
We
I
need to
assume
go
we
in
control-
somewhere.
Let's just
Oh.
go back towards the portal we came from.
But we need
It's that
we
way.
need
I
to find
remember
another
it
one. There is-
exactly.
He's not option. He's not option. We find
We need to
other.
find
I even
Meryl.
marked the
Yes.
mirror.
Draft
So we
just
know which one to
arguing,
leave to.
Jade.
while everyone's
Fine.
arguing, Draft just looks at the elf ghost hologram thing. It's like, which direction are we supposed to go for the Meryl? Her coordinates.
And he gives you a series of directions as to her last known location.
Just like, right, that's where I'm going. I don't know where you all are going.
Well, we
I'm
got
gonna
the
follow
boat.
Draft.
You never abandon boat. It's how
The-
people die in storms.
Never abandon your boat in the storm.
Yeah.
Yes, if you abandon your boat, that's how you die.
Don't jump
Abandon
ship.
your boat.
Visha, the small elf ghost, has sidled over to the hologram man and is speaking at him, and he like kind of regards her and says something in response in the same language she has been speaking, and then she like immediately begins to panic and starts like trying but cannot grab because she is ghost at Draff.
Oh. Draft will pay attention to her and look at the one on the pedestal and be like, right, can you translate?
We're walking away from him. It's not going to be much good translating.
She just like
Will you fit
stops
in
walking
pockets?
for a second.
This child is lost and should go back where it came from.
Um,
I do not think I like
We
you.
should go back where we came from. It's true.
Draft just sort of
Yes, as soon as we get the other.
Yes, we find Meryl.
Draft
Yes.
nods and motions to
Please ignore the child.
Barish, was that it? Did I get
Visha.
that right? Visha. I don't know why I can't remember
Oh,
that
no,
name.
no, no.
Anyways, motions
We
like,
keep Baby
go ahead,
Ghost.
come on.
No, we keeping
And
Baby Ghost
she
now.
just like fucking sprints off. And then like stops after a while, looks back and is like,
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start going as fast as I can in my bulky, jangly, loud armor. Clong, 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 clong.
I feel like Jade consistently loses at the majority rules of this party.
Oh yeah.
I feel a little bad.
But
No.
it's kind of delightful though. It's the way it plays out always leads to something fun.
It does.
Should we do the sensible option? No, of course not.
Why would we be sensible?
What is sensible? It's very foreign concept to Ellen. Do not understand.
Sense of sensibility. Who needs
Let's
them?
run right into the danger.
Yes, it's his job.
Now you're getting it.
He's why we here. You have to learn to make a tiny cake.
Is everybody chasing the small elf ghost?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, we are.
As you follow her, you do notice sounds of scuffling kind of all around. Not in front of you, notably, though. As Visha kind of like ducks in between mirrors and around stuff.
Mhm.
And
Is she
seems to be-
actually leading us where we want to go? Meryl's last known location, because the guide thing told us to ignore it. So
hard
I'm
to
a little.
say.
Is there any role or something I can make to try and not be as
Right, we have stats.
like to kind of keep up with everybody?
I guess like a
Run roll.
Yes, maybe like a I don't know, the strength or constitution or I mean, because I'm not looking for speed.
I'm gonna go with might for the ability to
Sweet.
carry all your heavy armor.
Sweet. Right, that's
Is there a running roll? No.
well.
So 14 with 6 stun points.
well, yeah.
So many stunt points.
You do
You're good.
cartwheels while running.
I'm gonna pick up. I'm gonna whoever seems to be lagging behind. I'm gonna pick them up That's what I'm using my stunt points for.
All right, who's getting picked up by Alan?
I kind of love the idea that maybe it's Jade that's behind because
Because he
he's
didn't want to come
reluctant.
in.
It has to
Come
be,
on, bestest friend.
It's got to be bestest friend of the cake lady. So I think those are the two. Because
Yeah,
obviously he's not going to pick up a boat. I mean,
and Draft
why
is
would you
out.
do that?
Draft is out in front. She's following. The
Well,
ghost as
and she's a
close as she
boat. You don't
can.
pick up boats. You leave them in the water.
So yeah, it's Jade or
Yeah.
Velika. Whichever one wants to be picked up, I
Yeah.
suppose.
You can pick me up.
Okay.
Maybe she's
Over the
not used
shoulder,
to her
like,
new garments,
Ah!
or her tiara almost fell off, so she like had to stop and catch
Yeah.
it. And Alan was
Yeah.
just like, without missing a beat.
I think the difference is that if it was a Jade, it's just like literally just like throw him over the shoulder, and with Velika, there's like an attempt to make it at least half comfortable.
Softly.
Yeah, softly, where she's like perched on the shoulder as opposed to sort of hurled over it.
Like
I would twist in your grasp to
Flower.
land on my feet.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I'm twisty.
Excellent.
Cool.
I'm gonna get. Is there an endurance roll?
I think there
I don't
might
know.
be. I remember this. I
Let's
think
find
that was
out.
one of the things under constitute, like one of the
Mhm. That's
special
like a
things you
Stamina.
could get
constitution
under.
thingy.
I would like everyone to make a stamina roll, except for Velika, who is being carried.
Okay.
And that is a constitution thing, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Button.
I got a 10.
Ooh. Got
It's one stunt
points.
19 with 4 stunt points. I am.
We are stunting all the stunts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Draft is kind of slowly starting to fall behind, but you may use your stunt point to do something cool if you like, so you don't.
I take a nap in the middle of the race and still win.
I wanted to use skirmish. You can move yourself or the target of your attack 2 yards in any direction for each one stunt point you spent. So I'm just gonna like.
As if you're in a fight, like
followed
do
by-
some fancy footwork.
Yeah, I'm followed behind, so I just take the staff and basically like pole vault with it to get ahead.
Yes.
I'll just shoot someone while I'm running. I was like, oh, being chased. Dead.
Jeezums. That is relevant because you can hear people starting to close in from like every direction.
That's a lot of directions.
It's at all of them, all of the directions. And Visha is yelling ahead of you in a language you still cannot understand, but in a panicked tone.
Right, danger, hurry, got it. I think I'm catching on to this language.
You seem very very clear on how this works. I had no idea boats were so good with language.
It's
I
a
learn
talent.
things
What can I say?
Learn something every day.
I love the
When we
idea.
buy her booze, it should be port. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Normally I'd have to like murder someone over that, but that one's actually really good.
That was great.
Oh, it was pretty fantastic.
I approve.
I'm all in on that one.
Love that.
All right, so Visha kind of pulls out into a more open area, and then stops suddenly as she looks around desperately and realizes there are just people coming from everywhere. And she turns around and is like, ah! And
Well, this is a
that's-
fine mess you've led us into, and I reload my crossbow.
Seems like a good time as any to take a break.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine.
Yay!
Go grab snacks, drinks, all that good stuff, and we will be right back. And it sounds like possibly going into combat. We'll find out. Be right back.
Whee!
Woo!
All right, we are back with philosophy. Apparently, is what I
Yes.
hear.
You're surrounded. Time to philosophy.
I use a philosophy of violence.
All right.
You
So
just,
you kind
you
of
just pelt them with Art of War.
Yeah.
They're like,
Throw the book at
Well,
him.
that's what Alan's bastard sword is made out of. It's just a bunch of copies of the Art of War stapled
It's
together.
violence ever.
all right.
The violence inherent to the system. What? Yeah.
Come watch the violence inherent to the system. Okay. So-
Bit with a sword.
You follow Visha kind of out into a more open area, and she like runs, almost sees there's people on the other side, stops, turns a different direction, and then they're everywhere. It's a mixture of mortal elves and ghost spirity elves, but you are effectively surrounded.
uh,
How many of them are there roughly?
Like, yeah, 10, 50,
A million.
4.
Closer to 50.
Oh,
That's not
mother.
good. That's escape time and not fight time.
Help.
Is there a way to go to like a different level or something?
It's all, given that you've kind of come into a more open area, it's not attack
Oh,
trick.
no.
You're right. 50 is a lot.
You are correct,
50 is a
Pat.
lot, yeah.
Even the way behind you is starting to there are people showing up there.
Huh. Hey,
There
hey,
are,
Pat,
however,
you want to
mirrors
guess?
everywhere.
We could use another PC. And like, I don't know.
Yeah, because, having 5 instead of 4 is the clincher.
Yeah, you all just have to fight 10 each then.
Then, yeah.
Yeah, that's
mean-
way more
I think
acceptable.
Alan's actually pretty prepped for this. I think he'd do well. I think I could take 20. I'll take 20.
Yeah, I think Alan probably could.
I mean, my
is
mana is
rest-
refreshed, so
Is Velika still slung over Alan's shoulder?
Yes.
Yep. Well, not slung. She's perched. Like she's sitting there.
Yes.
And so one of the not ghostly elves steps forwards and yells at you, "Intruders! State your purpose."
Draft just sort of looks at Adam and sort of looks around and looks behind her. Oh, you mean us?
We're here to join Solus. We've heard so many good things.
Oh, you've heard the call.
And I
Ian?
think he's lying. Go with it.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Oh yeah.
Good catch,
We're the
Velika.
worst at this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Alan was going to do something.
Yeah, and it would not have ended well. Well, I don't know how it would have ended, but it would have been awkward.
Bestest friend, how could you?
How could you? Ah!
Could you please direct us towards his location? Is he happen to be over there, maybe? And I'll keep pointing to where Meryl disappeared. That's what we were told. That direction, yes?
Where is home?
It's,
Everywhere.
fuck, isn't this the Elven home, sort of?
Yeah, I think I heard it's where the heart is. So it's kind of, wherever.
Is where Rump rests. So I
You have
believe
not heard
I
the
am
call.
I am Cake Lady's home right now.
We're just not very good with details, that's all. But it is
Right.
that way, yes? We'll just keep going, and I'm sure Solus will sort it all out when we meet him. Besides, do we really need to hear some sort of call to join his cause? Aren't we all elves here? And I'll just sort of block. All elves here.
He's just a very
Yeah.
tall elf with
I am-
long
Yes,
I
never
am-
mind.
I am Cake Lady Pitt.
You got
yes,
any like
he's my pet. He's
you got
my
like a pamphlet or anything like that we could read through on our way so we can make sure
Yes,
we're
we just found your
oriented?
philosophy so terribly interesting and acceptable to us, so
The Dreadwolf will bring the elves back to our former glory days.
exactly. And we're elves, so obviously we want that.
Oh,
You do see my pointy ears, don't you?
And the bull with you, the Oxman.
He's
Oh, he-
mine.
Yeah, he just carries our things.
He's the cook.
in pit, in cook.
He's
He makes a cakes.
He does what
Would you
I
like a
asked him to do.
cake?
Tiny cake.
And-
You
Yes,
are with
and
the other interloper.
I don't know who that could possibly be.
I haven't
You
seen any
asked-
antelopes.
What does interlope? What is interlope? What are these words? What these words?
Yes, we're with the elves.
What is that word? Interlope. Antler. Antler.
I think I
Antler?
broke Hannah.
Bro. Oh,
Not now.
okay. Sorry.
My brain just short circuited. I don't even know what I was saying anymore.
Oh, sorry. Bread wolf.
Say bread wolf.
That's Paladin. Put that in chat.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
No, I'm just picturing like a sort of effigy of the Dread Wolf, but made with bread.
Don't give Alan ideas. He's already got. He's not that smart. Like he can only hold so many ideas.
Write it on
Like
your
right
shield.
and wrong. Like right and wrong might disappear if he gets the idea of a bread wolf.
I'll
Ethics jump
I'll
ship.
take the cake and like
Is he
try
giving
to.
them a cake?
No. I will take the cake from Alan and like walk over to hand that to the whoever's in charge. What does this person look like anyway?
An elf. He's Dalish. He looks Dalish.
He looks
Okay.
Dalish. Okay.
Yep, he's
Uh,
Dalish.
I walk
With
over
or-
with the cake.
With or without the face tattoo? Curious.
Without.
Okay, that tracks.
It's just a
Um,
city elf dressed up. It's a cosplayer.
I said,
God.
so you were not with the betrayer we found sneaking around opening portals.
We've only opened the portal to get here.
And how did you do that?
Luck mostly. Here,
Yeah.
have the cake. It's delicious.
He backhands it off of your hand and it smashes
Well,
on the
that's
ground.
rude.
That's just a waste of good food.
I'm just really good with magic, so I opened it by luck, like he said.
Yes. We elves are good with magic.
And kicks puppy faces.
A unforeseen element such as that, you should not be able to open the doors. Explain how you are able to open them.
I
Oh,
just
she's
put my hand
special.
on it.
Perhaps she's distantly related to Solus or something.
He must be informed.
What are the doors?
Yes,
Grab
he should.
her.
Wait, no.
Ah!
That
And
seems
some of them are
bad.
starting to come in to grab Velika.
Oh god.
Okay, I'm drawing my sword. It's a thing.
Giraffe's pulling out her boat or staff as well. It just
Yeah,
says,
Yeah, I
it's-
get my
yeah,
hands
I
up.
wouldn't do that if I were you. We're having a nice chat. There's no need for hands-on.
Yeah,
You
Like
want
I
to
said,
get
I'm
to
good with
Solus.
magic.
We want to get to Solus.
I'm really
Everything's
good.
Why?
fine.
Why do you wish to meet with the Dread Wolf?
You know, to hear his pitch for how he wants to restore us all to glory.
If you heard the calling, you would already know.
Maybe we're
Right,
trying to
all we
figure
heard
out.
that he was organizing the elves to restore all our glory, and we were like, "Oh, that sounds good. Let's go meet him."
Maybe we just didn't get good reception or whatever on the call, and so do you have like a scroll of it that we could read through?
We cannot trust you, and we will have to bind you if we take you to him.
You can't trust your own fellow elves. That's so sad.
It's a crime, really.
Yeah.
Not all who hear, or all who are of us, are us. Sadly, in these times.
Of course we are. You're saying you're not going to restore all the elves to glory, just you?
That seems
That
kind
seems-
of elitist to me.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
What of a poor baby who can't crawl his way into the Illuvian network? Hmm? You're just going to cast that baby aside? How monstrous.
What is monstrous is the way that we have been treated for centuries. By humans, by your Kuhn Oxmen.
I don't
He's
mind
my
him.
pet.
He's not with them either.
Wait, no, I'm in trance. Never mind.
Oh, are you in a
Basically-
trance?
I'm like as soon as they get close enough to try and grab her, he's going to attack and try and murder them as quickly and efficiently as possible. It's like they came for
So
her and
the
he
hope
promised
is
her.
just that they don't
Yes, he very
actually grab
explicitly
her.
promised her no one is going to take her again. And that's enough to
That's
if
fair.
that is compromised, it just automatically puts him in there.
Okay.
Does that happen?
I think the sword
While
is,
we're
like, I don't
talking,
think his sword
because-
is out yet, but he's in trance. He's just sort of passive at the moment.
Okay. Let me
Draff
get everybody's position together in my head.
is also cocky and arrogant enough to look at all of this and be like, "We can take him." It's not her first choice,
I feel like I should make a roll of some sort.
but yeah, she's also like ready to fight if necessary.
Okay, all right.
About taking a cake, lady.
I mean, if they're gonna come for me, I'm gonna fight against that. So
Have your pet stand down.
He
We will
is
have to
down.
bind you.
He is fine. He'll do what I say.
I said the sword isn't drawn. Just
Okay.
so we're clear, the sword isn't drawn.
Right, good, cool.
He's just dead-eyed. He's just dead-eyed and
Tense.
sort of tense. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do have to be a bit careful with them, train them well. And
He's very
tasked,
protective of me.
Yes, he's tasked to protect the Lady Velik. So do be careful not to grab her or restrain her in some way. We don't like that. I don't know what your philosophy is that you would treat other elves this way, but we would just like to get along as one big happy species. And our pets.
Can you make me? I guess it'd be a persuasion roll, eh? Where's the rolls? Yeah. Hit me up with that persuasion.
Okay, that would be a communication roll. I don't have specialty there. A 10. That's not
All right.
amazing. I do get 2 stun points.
Especially because he's a bit of a ideologue. So he's looking at you very carefully. And it seems to be regarding what you're saying.
See, you understand. You don't need to drag us to Solus. We want to go there too.
Put your weapons on the ground.
I mean, I barely have any weapons. If you could count this crossbow, it's just more for show, really, but I do put it down.
I don't carry it.
I don't put down my walking stick, which is my
It's
club.
a
that I use.
club.
It's a walking stick. It's fancy.
Yeah, Draff pulls out the brass knuckles and sets them on the ground. They're just sort of leaning on that broken oar.
Belica just puts her hands up and goes like that, like I'm not armed.
Alan does nothing.
We don't really need to carry very many weapons, considering we have a Kunari.
And his weapons.
Yes, he does
You'll
have
do
that.
what I say.
You should really look into getting some Kunari of your own. Isn't it about time that we should be the ones with servants? Hmm?
When the Dread Wolf's plan comes to fruition, there won't be anything but elves.
Well, that seems rather sad.
And
Who
we will be
dominate?
immortal again.
That does seem very cool. And who doesn't want to live forever?
The Oxman's weapons.
Oh, yes, fine. Mr. Maras, if you would please put down your weapons.
Oh, it does nothing.
Alan?
Hey, no!
Alan? Just pretend to put one weapon down. Please.
Drop the sword. Or take the sword and put it down.
And they're like looking
There.
at him like, do you think we're stupid? And his
Like
shield.
I said, he does what I say.
Do you consider a shield a weapon?
Have you ever fought an Oxman?
I actually, well,
I did fight a cow.
define
once.
fight.
No, but
It's a
I've
very
seen
different
him
experience.
protect me. You're fine. As long as you don't threaten us, you're fine.
I do not think that you understand the position that you are in.
We've come to join your organization, and you're being just a little touch difficult, but I'm sure we'll sort that all out.
Alan.
Velika, you're hearing something in the like back of your mind.
Ooh.
Like you're hearing a whisper.
Is it the
Oh.
call? Uh-oh.
What does the whisper say?
You gonna listen?
Yeah.
All right. Velika is clearly listening intently, and you can't really understand what. Like it's very wispy. You can't understand
Okay.
what it's saying at first. It says you hear danger, run, come, we'll protect you.
Do I get a sense of which way?
Yes. Behind you and to the right, you feel a pull.
Okay.
Would you like to look?
Okay. I'll sneak a look. Yeah, I'll sneak a look.
There are so many mirrors in here that and most of them are dead, that it is very easy to see the one that is glowing ever so slightly green.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. How close are the other two to me and Alan?
How close is everybody? Probably pretty
Yeah.
packed together.
I'm further away because I walked up to that leader guy to hand him the cake. And I've been
All right.
doing my whole I'm circling him, Grand Vizier style.
Jade's kind of far away then.
Draff is sort of like close by, but was trying to form like almost a semicircle with the party.
Okay.
So not like
Okay. I'm gonna lean into Alan's ear and say, on 3, we need to run as fast as we can over there. There's a working mirror. Make sure the other 2 follow us. Okay?
Sort of very slightly nod.
2, 3. Then I just hold on as
Good.
Hold
Do it ideally in one move. Turn, grab the sword, and start running. And do just sort of a draw attention, intimidation howl to sort of let the others know that that's what we're doing.
Okay. I
And
guess.
I'll the shield in front just ram into anything in my way.
Okay.
Are there people in our way?
They're more or less more around you than between you, so there's not anyone currently in your way.
I'm just picturing
Between
that
us and that mirror. Okay.
that like shield rush move from Inquisition,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like
Love
where
that
the
one.
one where
That's
Iron Bull
exactly
just
what I'm
like
going for.
Oh, I love that
plows
one.
through everything.
Mhm.
Except for when it's happening to me as a mage, because all the Templars are like
Oh god,
rushing
yeah.
me.
It's rough.
I was casting a spell.
I was going to freeze you in place, and now I'm on the ground instead.
I'm a ranged combat person. You're supposed to stand over there, and then I shoot you.
Cassandra, he hit me.
So we are pelting.
Okay, I'm gonna have
I'm
everybody,
holding on for dear life.
roll a kind of initiative so we can give it an idea of what order this is gonna go in.
All right.
Well,
Cool.
as Alan is our initiative.
Hey, 17.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, 13. It's not bad.
The roll doesn't work, but it's
Oh wait, no, that's wrong. I keep pushing the wrong thing.
15. That's pretty good.
Oh, initiative.
These guys are terrible.
Wait,
They're not ready for this
No,
at all,
it's-
despite having trapped you.
it's 17.
Despite my
I'm-
better judgment,
I'm
I
wrong.
have to remind you, you do have 2 advantages there, Hannah.
Shit!
All
I'm an advantage. Let's get you guys messed up.
right.
Oh no.
So what was your Paladin? You were 15?
17. Because the math there is 15, but I also have the +2 for initiative. Because I have the
Okay, well,
Skill
you'll be going
focus.
first then. You were somehow ready for this despite being the furthest away from the party.
Okay, what I do is I'm gonna set off the crossbow on the floor with my foot and shoot him in the foot. That's the plan. And then I'm gonna run.
Okay. I guess that would be like a negative, I guess, for doing that? Or a
I
disadvantage?
think it would be a
do you
really
think?
cool skill roll for whatever it is that I'm gonna roll to attack.
Yeah, I could see
So-
like an attack roll at disadvantage, I guess.
I'm
Or
gonna do an attack roll at disadvantage because that's crazy,
It is, but
but just it's so crazy it just might work.
yeah. Well, it's crazy enough to 10. I doubt he's gonna anticipate getting shot in the foot.
Well, he is wearing armor, and it does bounce off him, but he does look
Oh.
down at his foot and is surprised.
it's a distraction.
Yeah. And then I run.
All right. Next is Draft.
Draft's gonna look at everybody and be like, "This was a boring conversation anyway," and just lean down, grab the brass knuckles, and make a rude hand gesture as she's picking them up, and follow Alan.
Alan, so is yours the 12 then?
Yes, I believe so. Wait. Yes, mine's the 12.
Okay,
I pressed the wrong thing, even though I rolled better on the wrong thing.
which is very sad.
Yeah.
And that's the sound of my brain stalling. Whee! So it is a bunch of elves next. And they're gonna.
And
Most
they
of them
all
are probably
refuse
gonna-
to use bows because it's stereotypical.
Good.
They're breaking
We're
stereotypes.
happy about this.
I don't know why I keep putting my dice away as if I'm not going to need them in 2 seconds.
Because you're just so organized, right? You can't help.
Because we were
but-
totally not meant to engage in combat. That's why.
I have to be prepared for everything. That's literally my job. I am the improv queen. They all rolled really poorly because I'm just bunching them
Good.
up. So that's the arrow boys all miss.
all of them?
All of them. It's amazing.
They're all red shirts who can't aim.
They're all
So-
stormtroopers.
Okay, so maybe my speech didn't work on that one guy who's in charge, but the rest is all like, I'm not shooting elves. That's fucked
Yeah.
up.
They are, however, going to try and shoot the Kunari.
That's fair.
Yeah, and
Uh,
then it just rains off your armor because that makes sense.
Some of them are going to rush in and try and all of them dogpile.
I want to hug him. No, me.
Oh god, yeah. Don't succeed.
Oh,
I'm gonna go flying.
I got a
Okay.
+6 to might to force
Yeah, let's
my
do
way
a
out of that,
contested
so-
might roll between like 10 elves and Alan.
Oh my goodness.
And me, if it's a dog pile, I am in said bloody dog
Oh
pile.
no, that was garbage. I'm gonna burn one of my things.
All
All
right.
right.
That's-
The advantage.
that's the one.
You do have a crit left as well.
That is.
No, I'm just gonna do. Can I just do a crit on that one?
You may
Burn the
crit
there.
if you
I'm
want.
just gonna burn the crit there because the idea of them like going "Huh," and just being like no.
It's pretty much exactly like that. Tell us about it. All of like there's a whole bunch of elves. Some of them are ghosts and
Okay.
some of them are real.
Elves are running up. There's like one hanging off the shield. The ghosts are in like I'll go in and I'll like get in his brain or whatever. And then he just does another one of those big howls and like everything but the shockwave. Everything of the shockwave in one of those in a Marvel movie.
That's
Yes,
exactly
yeah,
what
yeah.
I was picturing.
Force
Yeah.
Hurls everyone nearby off, and then leaves Cake Lady completely unmodified. Like
Wait, has she been on your shoulder this whole
She's
time?
on the shoulder the whole time. Yeah,
I forgot.
yeah.
That's why I said, like, I am in that dog pile. You do
Oh.
realize
Yeah.
I'm still perched on him.
And that's also why I'm like I'm gonna burn the crit on this. 'Cause,
Okay, yeah. You could. That'll definitely work then.
Yeah, but just perfect. Like, not even a hair must. Just from.
So as you're doing this, something dislodges kind of in your armor, and the music box drops and hits the ground and opens up and starts to play its tune. And when that happens, all of the spirits stop
Ooh.
and just like flicker and stand there.
Okay.
That's cool.
And we're ready to run because y'all just booked off like 10 different elves.
I'll pick up the music box on my
Yes.
way.
Okay.
Because I'm just gonna be running
Yeah.
as soon as that's done. He's running because that's the
I
last thing he was told to do.
I would also like to just like hop over some of those elves that have been now landed on the floor and just have Draff hold her staff a little bit lower so that it just bonks off of one of their heads as she's running by. And she sort of goes, sorry,
Yeah, we can do that in order, right?
in Oridor.
Alan knocks them down, then they woozily try to get back up, and you knock them down again, and then I knock them down again as they try to get up. So it's a nice series.
I
I
love
like
it.
that. Yeah.
Anyone who is not frantically just running for the mirror that Velika has indicated, which is the only glowing one, might notice that the glow of this one is different than you've seen before.
Going straight to hell.
It's all the same color. It's all
That's
just
fair for
Oh,
you.
fuck,
horrible
we're going to the
darkness.
fade.
It's
Shit.
all just horrible darkness.
So whereas every mirror before has definitely glowed a light blue shimmery, this is green. It is glowing green. And Velika, you can hear more and more frantic whisperings like, come on, you have to run, coming from it.
Yeah. Run faster. We have to run faster.
And so in a wonderful series of Alan and Velika, followed by Draft, followed by Jade, and then the whole thing falls apart, closes behind you, and you're falling. You are falling slowly through space. There are floating rocks and green wisps all around you, and you land somehow right ways up on the ground.
While we're falling, Alan's going to grab Velika and sort of make sure that she's covered, and he's facing downward, so that
All right.
he'll absorb the force of whatever from falling.
Well, it's a slow fall, and you land kind of perfectly on your feet with no issues.
Oh.
And you
So it's
look
just
around.
a weird hug, I guess, is what it's
Yeah.
turned into. At which point the battle phase ends,
Thank
and
you, Alan.
has.
Alan, this
You're
place
really welcome.
is suffocating.
You saved our life, Alan.
You're very welcome.
Not literally suffocating.
I know I'm.
But it is
reacting
like-
emotionally.
Yep. When the Cerebos lost control, times 100. And for Velika, you know this place, even if you can't put a name to it. Draft. This is like every nightmare you've ever had.
Yep.
Because you were in the Fade,
She,
and that's where we're gonna end it.
she is
Oh.
using every creative grammatical version and form of the word fuck anyone's ever heard. Just in a tirade.
This is great. I left my crossbow back there, by the way. So,
Oh no.
You did, but you've got the. We've got
You
the
got your
music.
club. I mean, walking stick.
I have a stick, yeah. Hooray. Sure, that'd be super effective against all the demons.
I have a
Oh,
fork.
that's
I have
fantastic.
I have a giant fork I can loan you.
There's some brass knuckles.
I have a staff. I can give you.
It's a slightly longer stick.
Oh, that was fantastic.
So
Are we
the short
level?
ending, this is kind of you will level.
Yay!
Woo!
Level in time for the Fade.
Oh.
How
Yep.
did you get into the Fade?
Through a
It's-
mirror, obviously.
Voices of my head said so.
Oh yeah, this is
All-
gonna
all
go
the demons
great.
were like, come see us. We got deals, bargains.
Hey kid, you want to make a deal?
You want to buy some death sticks?
Oh
Eh?
my god. Well, we're gonna go on a raid here in just a minute. But before we do, I want to let everybody say what their favorite part was, where we can find them, and anything they want to share or plug. And we'll go reverse order from how we did intros. So Hannah, we'll start with you.
Jade made me so happy this whole episode. Just
Yeah.
desperately trying to make people do the reasonable thing. And then when shit hits the fan, he's just like, I will convince them that we're on their side.
I feel like I almost did it. I got close.
I was working really hard to find reasons why they shouldn't trust you.
It was
It's a
great.
feeling.
It was
Well, I think if Alan had actually been able to, buy
Attack.
into the lie, well, or no, I'm saying if he buy into the lie that he was trying to tell there, it probably would have been
Yeah.
okay.
That would have
But then they
also been
tried
an
to-
awesome
Yeah.
twist.
Then they
Yeah.
tried to grab Velika. And
Yeah. I learned something about Alan today.
I'm Hannah. Find me back here when we explored the Fade.
Awesome. Next, we've got B. What was your favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
Share and plug just the same. The Neon Devils thing in the webtoons. If you search for Neon Devils on the webtoon map, will show up. My favorite part. Well, there's so much. I did love all this. I did love stuff with all the Jade. I loved a lot of the sort of the character stuff that was happening between Alan and. Because I named her Cake Lady. That's all I can think of now. And
That's her name, though.
yes, it's true.
Yeah.
It's her name.
Change the
So-
overlay.
Yeah, there we go. But like I loved a lot of the kind of the getting that relationship starting to kind of like build there. But one thing that it's actually something that only I and Hannah knew is I rolled at the beginning to see who was going to be in charge. It was going to be Alan's field commander for his battle rage, and it turned out to be Velika. And the fact that it just ended up like perfect. Perfect for this. That was wonderful. But yeah, no, I love Alan so much. So much fun.
There you go. Bellica Cake Lady.
Yes.
Yes.
Stratford's
Hi.
vote.
Please,
Bestest friend.
Sorry, go ahead, Anita.
please do have a look at my YouTube channel, The Awkward Actress. I'll put the link in the thing. And also catch me here next week, same time. And also on the Bardic Quests YouTube channel. We do a D&D 5e adventure where I play a Viking fighter called Saga. So please do catch that out. My favorite bit. I really enjoyed Velika hearing voices, and I really liked that interplay between Alan and Velika in this episode. I thought it was adorable. So I enjoyed that very much.
Awesome. Next, we'll hop over to Paladin. Favorite part? Where can folks find you? Anything you want to share or plug?
My favorite part was Hannah pulling together this great session despite having a rough day. Like, that's impressive. Not everybody could do that.
It's true.
Like, I don't know if I could have rallied like that. It's good
Fantastic.
stuff.
I had a panic attack this morning. Woo!
No, they're the
You,
worst.
you would not have known because you're amazing.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't know. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm taking off all these hats.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah, you did great. This was super fun. I enjoyed talking to. I like learning this way that Solus's plan is genocide. Like, that's fun.
Yep.
Because it was all a bit
Yeah.
vague, and now we're like, oh, he plans to kill everyone. Like, oh,
Oh,
It's more like a byproduct. We tear down the veil and everyone happens to die.
mm-hmm.
It's unnecessary. It's a necessary sacrifice.
You can't make an omelet
Like
without
it
genocide. Yeah, all right, Solus. You do you.
You know, you can't make an omelet without cracking some eggs, and everyone refers to Solus as the egg. So
Egghead.
or
Get it.
egghead, yeah. So we should
True.
therefore break Solus. That's
We
what I'm
should,
hearing.
Yeah,
that's the
Shame
only
he wasn't here.
logical conclusion.
Yeah.
we got real close to being led right to him, but oh well.
Yeah.
And also
and so she
coconuts
threw
are
you to the
mammals.
fade instead.
Yeah. Ooh, I just remembered who's in the fade. It's my boy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which one?
Okay.
Let's see if he's still alive.
Probably not though. Maybe we can loot his body. That will be even cool. That's it's still great.
Who are we
Tune
talking
in to
about?
see who I'm talking about
Okay.
next time on Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, if he shows up next time,
If he shows up, we don't know.
I
All good. Let's see. Next, you can find me is Sundays over on Uncanny Adventures, where I play Holt, the pirate paladin who tries to make friends with all the evil pirates. I think we're off this week, but we will return, and then will be more adventures on the high seas, where we're going to try to get, I think, official pirated. Like the Pirate King's going to say, like, you all are cool in my book. Feel free to pirate, because it's very bureaucratic being a pirate. And then Monday over on Weave the Tale, I'm in an alien game where I play Gerald, your social coordinator of sorts, organization, administration, something like that. And there's a scientist who wants to show me his lab, which is, I'm told, not full of dead bodies, but that hasn't been the case so far, so I'm not terribly excited. I think next session is when the aliens are really going to kick into high gear. So far, it's been a lot of weird fauna, which is distantly alien related, and we're all just, that's strange. But it's all going to kick off. Okay, and then Tuesdays over on Polished Cryptid's channel, I play Domrain and the Githzerai Noble Fighter. I am the last of my kind in an eternal quest to find any other Gith. Hopefully someone I can,
Yeah.
No.
that would be
Little
cool.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey.
Yeah. We're currently solving a murder. Someone got
Last man on earth. Quite.
strung up between like lots of different places
Winks
and
to the
stretched
nudge
out
is lying
super
back.
far.
a murder investigation
Ouch.
is a great place to find your partner.
Who knows?
That's how I bet mine.
Wow.
Hopefully not the suspect.
We getting some troll lore here.
Mhm. Well, and that's me. So about this murder, you found your girl, Hannah. What's that?
I think it's Raven's turn.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Draff and Jade both being on the same side of the BS throwing this time. That was fun because they're usually like Draff's like calling Jade on his bullshit with like, hey, I don't think you're really just a butler and things like that, and then them both being like, yeah, no, we're totally all on board this Solus plan. That it was just fun seeing that change and then playing off each other. I really enjoyed that. The whole thing was great. I also love the fact that we were like 50 we could probably take him. That was also fun. Let's see. Where you can find me next will be I'll be producing the counterpart to this campaign, our Tuesday night Dragon Age game at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Wednesday we'll have Blackfeather Paranormal Investigations at 6 p.m. Mountain Time on YouTube. Thursday we will have Star Wars game Elite Beskar at 6 p.m. on Twitch. Then Friday we'll be right back here for more Dragon Age this campaign. And then not tomorrow, but the next Saturday we'll be back for more Animus Violentis. So that's everything that's sort of coming up over the next week. Other things to share or plug are our sponsors. Let me get those into chat. Which is Fundamental RPG. It is a simple D20 system that's not tied to a genre, so you can use it to play any style of game that you would like, from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. There's also another game in the works powered by Fundamental RPG that I'll be talking about a lot more over the next several weeks, called Water, which is a sci-fi survival game. Basically on an alien ocean planet. It's very cool stuff. But you can pick up Fundamental RPG on Amazon if you want the physical book, or if you prefer a PDF, you can get that at coffee.com/Raven, like it's spelled at the bottom of the screen. Also check out our other sponsor, Die Hard Dice. They sell really awesome polymer and metal dice sets and accessories, like these luminous chrome dice. It's a little hard to see in the camera because my green screen keeps picking up the glitter. But they're very glittery and super satisfying to roll. If you use the code ANIMUS with a capital A, you can get 10% off of your entire order. And then finally, if you want to catch up on this show or any others that we have or have had on the channel, you can do so at the Fantasy Network at watch.thefantasy.network or on YouTube. Just search for Blackfeather Guild. And then anything else to share or plug? I had something I was going to mention. Yeah, I have an art Twitter that I've just started, where I'm going to be, using that to do more of my composite art and graphic design. It's also where I'll be trying to funnel all the communication for commissions and things like that. So if you need things like this overlay that we're using right now, which I made, and composite art and other really cool stuff, book covers, all that sort of thing, you can find that at Art Evermore on Twitter, and I would love to make stuff for you. So there's that. I think that's everything. So we're gonna go on a raid. We're gonna go raid Gabe James Games. Gabe's fantastic. If you're not following him already, definitely do so. Obviously something horribly wrong has gone with the internet if you don't already know about Gabe and are not already following him, because he's fantastic. Definitely highly recommend it. Go say hi, and then I will see you all again on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.